I'm smiling. He's mad, he's bad and dangerous to know it's not Lord Byron. But as the Duke of Wellington said about the ordinary British soldiers around the time of 1815, they terrify me, so imagine what they do to the enemy. Yeah, David Menzies is here, and he's about to start a new morning show. Let's talk about that very briefly.
Sure.
Do we have the starting date yet?
April 30th.
April 30th?
Yeah, we got it in just before May.
Not April 1st.
No, it would look bad if we're plugging it for April and we didn't launch by April.
April 30th.
Yeah.
We were chatting about this. You're unconventional. You are not a typical TV person. And that's a great appeal. You know, morning shows, they pump huge amounts of money into them in North America, and they're always the same show. You know, there's a very attractive young woman, there's the gay guy, there's the other person, and there's a magazine show, all the same sort of people on, and you don't really watch. How could people not watch you? I mean, you're crazy, you're compelling, and you're not like other people on TV.
Michael, let's not raise the expectations that high, okay? Holy mackerel.
Well, we're going to have you on for two segments here.
Okay.
And the first one, we're going to talk about let's set this up first of all. This is a man, I think people know this story by now, a new Canadian, I think he's been here about 8 years, came here from South Asia, sets up an Indian restaurant, lives above the store with his wife and 2 children, a career criminal. We know at least 3 hits on his record, probably a lot more. Allegedly commits a series of crimes, and he eventually takes the law into his own hands when the police do nothing. There's a fight with the guy, and the police charge the restaurant owner instead of him. We're calling him Spice Man because in trying to subdue this thug, he threw spice in his face.
Right.
We're going to show now a clip. You went to 14 Division in Toronto, which is where the police were who charged this restaurant owner. Let's have a look at that now, please.
You may have heard about the case of Naveen Polapati. He's the Toronto restaurateur that has been victimized by thieves breaking into his restaurant, his car, several times. But the last time a thief came along to victimize Mr. Polapati, he fought back. Using a broomstick and some spices, he confronted the thief and called the police. But get a load of this. Police officers here at 14 Division, not only did they let the thief go, they charged Mr. Polapati with assault and using a nauseous substance. Mr. Polapati, you see, has been nicknamed the Spice Man because it was his use of spice that thwarted the bandit in the first place. So, as a primer, let's just see how effective spice deterrence is. What I suggest first is to, fend off the thief with something light, like garlic, There. Now, see, just do a little like that, sort of in the mouth area. Rosemary's a fantastic spice. Oh, Bob's your uncle. And see, there you go. This is mustard seed. This is where the mustard you get at the ballpark comes from. And there you go. Look at that. Fantastic. Oh, pepper. See, you put a little pepper on. There you go. We got to go to the nuke. We got to go to the cayenne pepper, brother. So, thief, get away from me. Stop victimizing me. The police aren't on their way because they don't believe in upholding the law against honest citizens. Ha! 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 We're teaching citizens how to defend themselves with spice because Mr. Polapati was, I think, charged for defending his property. So we thought we'd, do a little demonstration. What do you think about that?
What I think right now, gentlemen, is that this is not appropriate.
Why is that?
Look at it. It's not appropriate. And you need to not bring that so close to my face.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you very much.
So why is it not appropriate then?
Because first, it's obstructing the sidewalk. All right?
Oh, really?
So I'm going to ask you to move that, please, from the sidewalk. And
but what about parsley? Is parsley appropriate for a thief?
I'm not going to get into this with you. I'm not going to do that.
How about mustard?
I'm not going to get into that with you.
Okay,
you know what? That's why we have the court system.
What about garlic? Is garlic?
We have the court system, and let's let the charges play out in the court and see what the court system has to say. What I am asking you to do now
rosemary.
is
What about rosemary?
You, sir,
rosemary.
is to take
I got some other ones. Hold on a second.
You know what? You're not even trying
what
to.
About
you're not even listening. You're not even listening. No, sir, you're not. You're not listening.
No, but you never
and
mentioned
you're not. I told you already. I told you I wasn't going to discuss that. I was very clear on that.
Well, okay.
I said that I would let that would go through the court
What about
systems
cinnamon?
as it should probably go. And you're having a hard time understanding me, sir.
Okay.
Is this
Bacon
yours?
bits.
Is this yours?
It's actually not mine, but I borrowed it.
Thank you very much.
Oh, okay.
All right, sir. I'm going to take that as abandoned property.
Oh,
Oops,
my.
that's too bad.
Oh,
all right,
both.
can you please keep that? Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Is she under arrest, or what about cayenne pepper, officer? Would red pepper be appropriate? Oh, watch her buttocks. Well, here I am picking up the pieces. Too bad she left so quickly, because I'd like to give her the finger.
I think that's the greatest TV I've ever seen. But you know what, David? That is perfect Toronto policing, because you have a minority, a fat woman, and they're interfering in your life and telling you what to do on about, what, between them $180,000 a year instead of catching bad guys. It's perfect Toronto policing!
You know what's amazing, Michael? It didn't... You know, I always think of the best things to say after the fact sometimes.
You were very good.
Well, but you know, remember she kept on going on about it's inappropriate. Just look at it, right? Yeah. And I was thinking, what did she mean by that? And
she meant she would love to look that way.
Well, probably, but I think she was referring to the fact that it was topless, the mannequin, right? And yet, according to the law in Ontario, since the Gwen Jacob decision in 1995, that could have been a real female topless.
The police participate in the gay pride parade where there is much public news. Now, a couple of things that are important here. We've received some emails about this particular person pretending to be a police person. By the way, is there no... I mean, could she chase down a criminal other than Elephant Man? You know, I mean, I'm going to get involved. Just hold on a moment. No, but... Look, it could have been you irritate people. Fine, so do I.
Me?
Ignore you. We have had emails from other officers about this person today. So I think she has perhaps a certain reputation. She may not like the fact that you're there. Tough. All sorts of things we dislike. You're not obstructing the sidewalk. You're not on the sidewalk. You're doing nothing wrong. She took away your property. She shouldn't have interfered. She struck me as being one of those very annoying, patronizing teachers who think they can tell you what to do and do a lot of this. Do we know if she's going to be reprimanded in any way?
I don't know, Michael, but you're right. A reprimanding teacher, except not reprimanding the bully. You know, the optics. Look at this case. We have Mr. Polipati facing charges. We have my mannequin, Lady Spice, apprehended and probably in police storage right now.
And you went, well, more of that later, but you went this afternoon, actually, earlier today, with a sign-up saying, was it release Lady Spice?
Free Lady Spice and Spice is nice. But meanwhile, the third part of this trifecta, the thief, the bad guy, the guy throwing punches, the guy stealing GPSs and laptops, he's free as a bird.
Allegedly.
Sorry, allegedly. You know. And what else I think is insidious about the way the police have handled this? First of all, by the way, Michael, where's Bill Blair? Where is the chief about this? He's absent once again.
Well, he's dealing with the mannequin community, who apparently are up in arms, or at least one arm, about what happened.
It's either that or he's picking up another diversity award. But the thing is that they issued a statement 2 days ago, and it said it was basically chastising the public and the media for jumping to conclusions based on no evidence about Mr. Polipati's assault. You ran the videotape. You ran the footage where Mr. Polipati is getting punched by that. In fact, the guy is getting the better of him. Mr. Polipati has to run away. How can they possibly say to us no evidence?
I do want to emphasize this. I suspect, well, I know of many cops who are friends of mine who will be cringing at this. She's just the sort of person that they have to fight against, you know, not the policing they want to do, the sort of people who volunteer to do the ticket work and so on. I mean, so a lot of cops, including people we've heard from today, we saw this last night on Charles Adler's show, are appalled by it. Why did she interfere? And in fact, there was even an officer from that division who came to speak to you, was there not?
That's correct. Two of them, actually, who were embarrassed by this. My fear, Michael, is the way policing is going in Toronto, the way the recruiting standards have just fallen, you know, off the map, that these guys, the old coppers, the police officers that use that thing called discretion, as opposed to, I'll just charge everybody and let the court settle it, and meanwhile, the victims have to incur five-figure legal...
You charge the innocent, not the guilty, of course.
Exactly, but these guys are retiring. I am scared to think of what this police force is going to look like in 15 to 20 years.
And she was a staff sergeant, was she not?
I don't know her rank.
I saw some stripes on her arm, and...
I'm sure she earned them.
I don't think she gets out of the station... Anyway,